welcome back, explorers. You've been listening to the inspiring story of a woman who trusted her numbers, who loved her math, and helped send a man into space. That was Katherine Johnson. But now we move to one of the most thrilling chapters of her life that shaped the course of human history. This is the story of landing on the moon. In the year 1969, NASA prepared for humanity's greatest journey, the Apollo 11 mission, carrying Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins.
This is Apollo, Sergeant Launch Control, T-minus 3 hours, 4 minutes, 32 seconds and counting. Right on time as far as the astronaut countdown is concerned. The prime crew now departing from their crew quarters. 10, 9, ignition sequence starts.
$240,000 miles from Earth.
Eagle Houston, you are go for landing. Go for landing, over.
Roger, understand. Go for landing. 3,000 feet. Give me an LPD. 47 degrees.
Think about that distance. If you could drive a car to the moon at highway speed, it would take 6 months. The calculations were mind-boggling. The moon revolves around Earth at 2,288 miles per hour. The Earth moves around the Sun at 67,000 miles per hour. The Sun moves through the galaxy at 514,000 miles per hour. Everything is constantly moving. Katherine had to calculate exactly where the moon would be days in advance. It's like throwing a dart at a moving target, while you yourself are also moving and spinning, and the target is 240,000 miles away. She plotted the course through the vacuum of space and figured out how to bring the astronauts safely home. She also worked on something crucial, the abort procedures. An abort procedure is an emergency escape plan. What if something went wrong? What if the lunar module couldn't land safely? What if the engines failed? Katherine calculated backup trajectories, escape routes from the moon. These calculations literally meant life or death. Katherine worked on the lunar orbit rendezvous technique. That's the method where the lunar module separates from the command module, lands on the moon, then has to find and redock with the orbiting command module. Missing that rendezvous by even a few seconds would mean the astronauts would be stranded on the moon forever. On July 16th, 1969, millions watched as Apollo 11 launched from Kennedy Space Center. The Saturn V rocket, the most powerful machine ever built, roared to life with 7.5 million pounds of thrust. 4 days later, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin descended toward the moon's surface in the lunar module Eagle. The whole world held its breath. Armstrong's voice crackled over the radio.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
And then on July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong climbed down the ladder and spoke those famous words.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Katherine Johnson had helped put him there. When asked how she felt, Katherine said simply,
"We always worked as a team. So many people made it happen. But yes, we did it. We finally did it!"
Katherine Johnson worked at NASA for 33 years. She calculated trajectories for the Space Shuttle program, Earth Resources satellite, plans for missions to Mars, countless other missions. She wrote or co-authored 26 research reports. She broke down barriers not with anger, but with excellence. And in 2015, President Barack Obama awarded Katherine the Presidential Medal of Freedom. It's America's highest civilian honor. She was 97 years old. When the president placed the medal around her neck, Katherine smiled that same brilliant smile she'd had as a little girl, counting steps to church. President Obama said,
Katherine G. Johnson refused to be limited by society's expectations of her gender and race while expanding the boundaries of humanity's reach.
Then in 2016, something amazing happened. A movie called Hidden Figures told Katherine's story and the stories of her colleagues, Dorothy Vaughan and Mary Jackson, to the entire world. If you haven't seen it yet, young explorers, ask your parents if you can watch Hidden Figures. It's a thrilling, inspiring movie that shows exactly how Katherine and her team helped America win the space race. You will see the rocket launches, the tension of the missions, and the brilliance of these incredible women. The movie was nominated for 3 Academy Awards and won dozens of other honors. Suddenly, millions of people around the world knew about the brilliant woman whose calculations sent astronauts to the moon. Katherine Johnson passed away on February 24th, 2020, at the age of 101. She lived to see her story inspire millions. She lived to see young girls of all colors dreaming of becoming mathematicians, engineers, and astronauts. But her legacy? It's still soaring among the stars. In 2021, NASA named a facility after her, the Katherine G. Johnson Independent Verification and Validation Facility. Her name is now permanently connected to space exploration. Katherine once said, "Everything is physics and math, and I don't have a feeling of inferiority. Never had. I'm as good as anybody, but no better." So remember this, young space explorers. Katherine Johnson was a little girl who loved to count. She faced doors that were closed, and she opened them with her mind. She was told, "You can't," and she proved, "I can." She calculated paths to the stars, not with computers, but with pencils, paper, and pure brilliance, and the courage to walk into rooms where she wasn't wanted. And here's what I want you to remember. Whatever you love, whether it's math, science, art, writing, building things, don't let anyone tell you that you can't reach the stars. Katherine Johnson showed us that the human mind filled with passion and determination can calculate the impossible. So the next time you look up at the moon, that glowing silver orb in the night sky, remember Katherine Johnson. Remember the girl who counted everything. Remember the woman who calculated the impossible. Remember the hero who showed us that your mind can take you anywhere, even to the stars. This is Captain Sky, reminding you, keep counting, keep dreaming, keep learning, and keep reaching for the stars.